Since returning to power in August, the Taliban have increasingly imposed their harsh interpretation of Islamic law, severely curtailing freedoms, particularly those of women and girls. Many Afghans, particularly women, who hope the Taliban would reform their extreme views, have been disappointed by the new severe restrictions imposed on them. A report.
The level of backwardness and barbarism of Taliban is astonishing. Massacring common Afghan people for over the past 2 decades was not enough for them, as they are now beheading mannequins. This video in the public domain is from Herat, where the Taliban authorities have asked clothing shops to behead all female mannequins, calling them un-Islamic. Under the Taliban's strict interpretation of Islamic law, depictions of the human figure are forbidden, and it is more difficult for them to tolerate these figures which represent women. In the war-torn country, women particularly are facing the brunt as they are slowly being squeezed out of public life. A majority of secondary schools remain shut for them, while most women have been banned from working. However, Taliban spokesmen claim that women are not being denied their rights in the Islamic Emirate.
In Afghanistan, from primary all the way to university levels, all women are allowed to attend school and attain education. On public sector, from grade 1 to 6, all girls are attending school. And in a conservative society like Afghanistan, that comprises majority of female students. And we have up to 12 to 13 provinces where girls are attending from grade 7 all the way to 12. And the government, the state policy is that we will give every right to the female members of our society that comprise half the population, their right to work, their right to education, and every single other right that has been afforded to them in Islam.
The Taliban seized power in Afghanistan in mid-August, and since then, the radical group has been imposing harsh restrictions. After the takeover, the de facto rulers in Kabul immediately instructed girls and young women to stay home. The anger of Afghan women is being reflected in their periodic demonstrations against the Taliban. Those who expected a positive transformation of the Taliban mindset were wrong, because there is absolutely no indication of their flexibility and tolerance as far as their approach on societal issues is concerned. On the other hand, Taliban is claiming that their government represents the common people of Afghanistan who are fully satisfied with the ruling dispensation.
To term it as a Taliban government is incorrect. This is the government, a representative government of the people of Afghanistan. It did not come here through in an airplane. It was not airdropped. The leadership was not airdropped. It was not backed by foreign forces. It is the people of Afghanistan that this new government represents. And for the world, it is absolutely necessary, it is imperative to engage with this new government and accept the uniquity of the Afghan people for what it is, and engage with it in dialogue. If there are any outstanding issues, it can all be resolved through dialogue and engagement. Using pressure tactics is not the answer to the problems that Afghanistan is facing.
The Taliban regime has failed to earn recognition from any UN member state because of their rigid and intransigent mode of governance, their inability to transform their mindset on issues such as women's freedom. Their argument that the US refusal to release its frozen assets is the reason for them not being able to reopen girls' schools and universities is illogical. It is the human and not the financial resources which are essential for reopening doors for female education. Taliban government should understand that a country can't survive in the 21st century by pursuing a retrogressive and ultra-conservative approach. The eventual outcome of suppressing the freedom and creativity of women will be the erosion of Afghan society. Banning music, songs, and healthy entertainment avenues will augment frustration, anger, and antagonism, particularly among the youth. In turn, the wrong message will be delivered to the world that the Afghan people are socially backward and can never live a normal life.